The heart of Sydney ablaze, right between office blocks, apartments and the city's busiest train station. Hannah Sinclair and Simon Boda are there. We're going to cross first to Simon Boda, who's on a rooftop next to the still burning building. Simon, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. It was frightening yet mesmerising.
Well, Ali, I've been reporting for a long time, as most of you know, and I've got to say I've never seen anything quite as, I guess, spectacular. The flames that were emanating from this one building. So it was a 7-storey building, as you said. It broke out at about 4 o'clock. It began with just plumes of smoke, but then all of a sudden it erupted. It exploded into flames. Now that burning was so intense that the front wall of the building collapsed onto the street, crushing a car underneath it. We don't believe there was anyone inside that car. We believe it was a tradies truck. Now, the fire then quickly spread to an adjoining building. There's a smaller building right alongside it, 3 storeys high. That's been completely gutted. Both buildings, we believe, were derelict and were uninhabited, so therefore, thankfully, there was no one inside. At least they don't believe there was. One of the reasons that they went up so quickly was possibly because they were very old. Old timber burns very quickly, and it's probably what has fueled the intense inferno that gripped these 2 buildings.
And Simon, you've been talking to people today. You've actually got some incredible video that residents there have shot.
Well, we came up on this rooftop and there were a number of young people up here and they were watching what was going on. And we spoke to a few of them and they very kindly shared their video. And one lady, her name's Nikita Umbruck, and told us exactly what happened. Have a listen to what she said.
There was sort of some smoke coming out one of the buildings and then all of a sudden it just erupted up in flames, just went up.
They're going to have to shut down this street. Look at, oh my God. What the We should probably evacuate.
So quick, like in seconds, within minutes, the whole building was on fire. It was crazy.
And Alison, I guess there was another incredible video that was shot from up here, and this is what shows you just how dangerous this was for the firefighters who were confronting this battling this blaze. Now, there is a firefighter on a cherry picker right in front of one of the buildings which is completely glowing, and you can see the flames actually, it's apparent that they appear to be licking at his feet. Now that firefighter was obviously in extreme danger for the whole time but did not move. He was pouring more and more water. Now, as you can see behind me, the fire now has been extinguished to a certain degree, but there will be still embers which they'll be watching all overnight. The area is still completely blocked off. Now they've got to figure out what caused this blaze.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night. We're going to go now to Hannah Sinclair, who's on the ground. And Hannah, I mean, we just saw from Simon there the danger that our firefighters face. This is a 7-storey building that crumbled.
Yeah, that's right, Ali, and this is something that residents and firefighters have never seen. If you look around here, we've still got a lot of people watching what's going on out here, residents that have been displaced. They can't get into their homes yet. We also have a firefighter still up on a cherry picker behind me here. He's been on that for quite some time. I am told he will get a break eventually. For more on this, we are joined by Acting Commissioner Jeremy Futrell. Jeremy, thank you for your time. We know you're busy. What is the latest with this massive fire?
Yeah, look, I'm pleased to be able to say we've got the fire contained. So that's to say it won't be spreading to any other buildings tonight. It will take a fair while to put it out. Obviously, there's been a substantial amount of building collapse. The fire that's still burning is covered by a lot of debris. It's all down at the bottom of the building. So it's hard for us to actually reach into the building and get the water exactly on the fire. So it's going to take us several hours still to finalise the extinguishment. How
hard was it to get to those flames initially this afternoon?
Yeah, look, and if you've seen any of the footage, you see the intensity and the ferocity of those flames, and there was a lot of radiant heat. So even people in surrounding streets were talking about how far away they were, but they could still feel the heat of the fire. So it was a big effort from our firefighters to get in. And initially it was too much to be able to actually fight that fire directly, but their main priority was evacuating anyone in the immediate vicinity and putting some fires out in some of the surrounding buildings to stop the fire from spreading into those.
And look, you've been so busy, you hadn't even seen the footage. I've just showed it to you before. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's amazing footage, and thankfully, we don't get too many really big, significant fires like that these days. Nevertheless, they do still occur, as we saw this afternoon. But what really highlights is the speed at which the fire took hold and how it totally consumed those 2 buildings. And you can see those large chunks of brickwork falling down tremendously dangerous, and very fortunate that we were able to evacuate people from the area. No one was injured.
Jeremy, it's going to be a very long night for you and more than 100 firefighters out here, Ali, and they're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, and look, amazing that other buildings weren't lost, but a huge thank you there to Hannah and Simon, and an extraordinary job by those fireys under, such testing circumstances.